Hello everyone, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. Welcome back to my channel. I am feeling more me than I have for a really long time today, so I just thought I'd do a bit of a vlog. I am just coming back from dropping off my recycling. It's just gone 7 a.m, or just before 7 a.m. The sun is out. I am in flowy hippie pants and just feeling glorious. So, I've been listening to this podcast called How to Fail by Elizabeth Day, who wrote Magpie. And she interviews like authors and chefs and all these incredible people who have been successes, but they've also failed a lot in life. And it's kind of like teaching you that kind of stuff, that everyone does fail, but you can have achievements as well. And you know, I've listened to the Marianne Keyes one, which made me cry. Meg Mason's one made me cry. I've just finished listening to Tom Kerridge, who is a chef in the UK. So yeah, it's been really insightful and eye-opening. So it's kind of inspired me to pick up my latest manuscript, which is almost finished. It's the sequel to my very first book that was published, It Was You. And you know, that book is about 50,000 words in already, so it's so close to being done, and I haven't picked it up in probably like a year. So I just thought, why not today, of all days, pick it up again. And so because I haven't written for so long, I feel like I kind of need to divide my time so that I don't overexert myself on it again and lose that passion for it, which I always tend to do. As soon as I feel like writing, I write and write and write until I can't write anymore, and I kind of burn myself out. So today I thought I'd get home after this walk and I would just go plonk myself down outside by my flowers, have my morning coffee and read a little bit of Game of Thrones. So kind of like structure my day, which I lack a lot of structure. So I'm gonna go and read my book, have my morning coffee, get some work done, and then later I'm going to crack open my laptop and write, even if it's just one page. That is all I'm expecting of myself today, but I'll talk to you later. Bye. I forgot to say on my walk that one of the reasons I am so excited right now is that me and my partner are actually going to go and view a house together this weekend on our anniversary. So I'm just really excited. You know, I'm ready to get out of this little flat and us to have a bigger space, and I'm ready for that next chapter, our next chapter, and to grow our future together in a house. The house just seems so perfect. There's a fireplace, which is something that I said would be really ideal for me. I love a fireplace, especially in winter. And it's got a lovely little garden, which he will just go berserk over and just make it into this beautiful little like garden haven for himself, because he is the gardening geek. There's plenty of room for plants, and the only thing it lacks is a bath, but you know, I can compromise. It just finally feels like things are moving forward and progressing. It also just feels really good to be inspired to write, and I feel like, you know, getting out of this flat, it is like my little home, but getting out of this flat and having a home and just being able to nest properly and feel like I've finally like gotten where I want to be is just going to be such a great thing, like for where I am in life. It just feels like things are changing for the better. Oh, I am ready for bed already, and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just on my lunch break, and I read the end of Arya's chapter in the Clash of Kings. I'm about to go on to Davos's first chapter, so that will be interesting. I haven't heard his point of view before. As far as I'm aware, I'm still trying to catch up onto who all the different characters are in this book, but I kind of feel like he was Daenerys's dude that helps her and kind of like her wingman. So we'll see if I'm right with that one, but I'm looking forward to reading some more of that. I also did go onto my laptop, and when I had it repaired, it basically got wiped of everything that was on it. So I had to go down onto my emails, and in August I sent myself a copy of my old book, which was, funnily enough, I'd forgotten the title. The title for now is Honey, I'm Home. So I pulled that up for the first time since August, and I forgot how bloody dark that book is. Like, it's really, really dark. But I thought that I'd written more. I thought that it was like over 50,000 words already, but it's on 36,000 as we stand. So I need to kind of read through what I've written already, which will obviously take a bit of time, so that I can just kind of reacquaint myself with the novel and the characters and figure out what I want to do with it. So I doubt that I'll be writing too much today, sadly, but I will be reading it and getting inspired. The other amazing thing that happened is me and my partner actually went to go and view this property early, and we loved it. We've already put an offer in and we're waiting very impatiently to hear back if we got it. If we have got it, then we might even move in this weekend. It's gorgeous, you know. It's got a lovely little garden that Anthony's gonna absolutely love. It's got this lovely little fireplace, a kitchen. It's only got a little bathroom, but that's fine. It's got 2 bedrooms, and Anthony, when we were walking around, he was like, yeah, the second one is for a little baby eventually. So everything is kind of steamrolling ahead, and I'm so excited. This house just seems so perfect. And I know it sounds really silly, but I had this car accident in February, and I have been petrified beyond belief of getting behind the wheel since then. I got a new car and everything, but just driving, every time I get into my car, I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack now. It was a nasty accident, and one that has really left me quite scarred with regards to driving. I still haven't even driven to Anthony's house. I'm extremely lucky that he's always been so willing to come and pick me up and stuff, because he understands how scared I am. But to view this house together, I had to drive there myself, and it was a 40-minute drive away from where I live now. So I must say, when I finally got to where I need to go to view this house and I parked up, my hands were trembling. But you know what? I did it, and I didn't die, I didn't crash, I didn't kill someone else. So I just feel like everything is just kind of going in a really positive direction, and I'm just keeping my fingers so tightly crossed for this flat. I mean, it's a house, not a flat. Oh, it's just like the start of everything. I'm so happy. But anyway, I am going to go and read my manuscript, I guess, and pick it back up eventually. So hopefully soon there'll be some writing vlogs for you. Let me read you a little something that I wrote for it, shall I? I just don't know where to start. It's 35,989 words at the moment. I mean, the bit that I just read that made it so like dark was the ending, but I feel like if I read the ending, then it's giving the whole book away, so I can't do that. But oh my god, what I read was so dark and vivid, and I was quite impressed with my writing, so I'm really excited to pick this book back up. But you might have seen a little bit of this or heard a little bit of this already in previous videos. Who knows, it's been so long that I'm sure you would have forgotten by now if you even got this far into the video. But prologue. I stare numbly at the blank canvas before me, the cotton fabric stretched across the wooden frame tantalizing me. Drops of inky black watercolour paint land on my knee from the bristles of the brush. I don't really know what made me choose watercolours as my preferred medium instead of oils, acrylics or pastels, whether it's how transparent and delicate the paint is, yet still I can depict such horror with it. It was a challenge when I first started, one that I had to conquer. Discovering the way the paint and water dance together, prepping the canvas with watercolour ground or gesso, learning what works and what doesn't, Watercolours are so versatile, vivid. There's a messiness and a freeness to watercolours that I love. You never really know how the paint will come out. It's always a bit of a surprise, and I do love surprises. The unplanned, unpredictable nature of watercolours just suits me, I guess. Hundreds of my paintings surround me, some hanging crookedly from the wall, others propped up against each other wherever they'll fit. Haunted eyes, mouths silently screaming or gasping for air, clenched fists with veins almost popping burst to life through the room. Ripped open flesh with globs of fat seeping out. My art captivates, demands fear. This is what is in my head, my fucked up, neurotic, crazy head. Usually, it's easy for me to get what's inside of me out onto the canvas, but not today. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I throw the paintbrush onto the floor in bubbling irritation. Splatters of black go trailing across my floorboards. I don't care. I pause the music, which had been pulsing from my speakers, drowning out the incessant thoughts inside of my head. Bad thoughts. Forcing myself out of my rickety wooden chair, I snuff out the flickering candles, kicking a roll of masking tape out of my way as I head out of my studio and into the lounge. I avoid making eye contact with my reflection in the full-length mirror as I pass it by. The sheet I used to drape over it has fallen down. It lies crumpled in a pile on the cold marble floor. The lounge smells of frankincense and cinnamon bark. I pluck the reed sticks from a diffuser I bought from Tesco's at the start of winter and turn them over. This room always feels so cosy in the winter months. I throw down my shaggy rug, drape soft blankets over the sofa and string fairy lights around my bookshelf. I turn the lights on now and they illuminate the shelves. It sags under the weight of countless paperbacks. Each and every one of the covers has been designed by me. I pluck one of the books from the shelf and blow a layer of dust from it. On this one, there's a silhouette of someone standing with a knife in their hand. Sharp branches from trees threaten the edges of the cover. A waxing crescent moon, sharper than the blade, illuminates the piece. This is one of my more subtle works of art. I paint what is in my head, you see. Things that, if spoken aloud, would certainly have me taken away in a straitjacket. And I can't risk that again, can I? Connecting with horror writers from all around the world has been fascinating. Their minds are as sadistic and warped as mine. What is in their head isn't real. Though what's inside their heads isn't real, what's inside mine, much to my detriment, is. I often wonder where the line is drawn, the line between what is normal and what isn't, sanity and insanity. It is so thin, so narrow. I remember the days I knew exactly where that line was, when I knew right from wrong, that defining moment where you understand boundaries that should never be crossed. But when you take that step over the edge, it changes everything. Your whole world is upturned and you can never take it back. I also wonder if any of the authors I work with are in fact like me. The question has been on the tip of my tongue so many times. Sometimes it's a struggle not to just bluntly ask them where they get their ideas for their horrific tales from, yet I always manage to reel myself back in. So, if you didn't get it from that, it's about this cover artist who is specialising in horror and the dark, horrible, disturbing world of horror, but she is, like, the things inside of her head are things that, like, are real to her. Like, she actually feels that way. It's not just art, it's not just imagination. She is she's a murderer, and yeah, she makes these books and these covers, and she's now struggling with some kind of like artistic block. And what's going to happen? She's going to take herself away to this cabin, this isolated little cabin, to try and write. And there's going to be a home invasion, and there's going to be plenty of murder, death, gore, and more. And that's it for now. I guess there's only a little bit left, really, in the prologue. I can finish it, and then I will go. My phone chimes. A dozen alerts filtering in from my Instagram page. I often think about muting my notifications. I have over 100,000 people following my art on Instagram. I get literally hundreds of requests for new book covers every single day. I click on my profile and see that my social media manager has just uploaded a watercolour painting I sent to her yesterday. It was posted 2 minutes ago, and I already have over 600 likes on the post. Hiring her was the best thing I could have possibly done. I don't have time to engage and interact with every person who leaves me a comment or a direct message. That's Chloe's job. She's an absolute godsend, in my opinion. I close my eyes for a moment and let the chiming notifications ring through my head. I could mute them. They are a distraction, but it also feels good being as popular as I am. Well liked, I should say. Hardly anyone actually knows what I look like. They don't know the colour of my skin or that I have raven-coloured corkscrew curls. If people were to pass me in the street, I'd blend right in. They may stare at my bony little body. They may point and whisper to their friends. Men with wives on their arms will shamefully look back over their shoulder after I offer them a flirtatious smile with my thick lips. No one really knows who I am, and I love that. I don't allow people to take my picture because I hate pictures of myself. I prefer being anonymous. Being able to step out of my front door and not being hassled by fans or press. I live a relatively normal life. As normal as you can get when you're someone like me anyway. If anything, I guess my life is quite mundane. I wake up, brew my morning coffee, sit my ass down in front of my easel or sketchbook and paint for at least 12 hours a day. I have a spin bike I ignore for the majority of the time. I flick through book cover request emails until I find a premise that sounds dark enough to capture my attention and get my creative juices flowing again. I take a bath every night surrounded by candles and listen to an audiobook before bed. Right now I'm listening to The Five, The Untold Stories of Women Killed by Jack the Ripper by Hallie Rubenhold. To be honest, I hardly ever really leave the house. I scarcely take a break from my art. I am definitely a recluse. It's safer for that. It's safer for everyone that way. It's as I'm loading the hearth with kindling and coal that I hear a thud by the front door. I peer outside, past the fine rain starting to coat my window pane. Smoke billows around me like a blanket. I can't make out who the person who just dropped something through my letterbox is. I get the fire blazing, then retrieve the slip of paper from my welcome mat. At first, I think it's just junk mail, as I hold the sleek, shiny card in my hands. Until I turn it around, my expression darkens. I know that handwriting, the tiny, precisely measured letters stringing together sentences that are almost too neat to be normal. The way the pen has dented the card from pressing down too hard in anger. I drop it the second I've read it. It says, "Oh, my darling girl, you picked the wrong guy to fuck with this time. You deserve everything that's coming your way." That's the prologue. Let me know what you think. I need to go now and read more of this and get cracking on writing it and bringing you a new book. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Anthony.
Hello.
Why are we having champagne?
It tastes good.
I'm being serious. Why?
Because we won it on a raffle.
We did win it on a raffle, but we are drinking the champagne that we won in a raffle tonight for a certain reason.
Because we're ballers.
Shut up.
What? All of the above is true.
But say the real reason.
Because we're awesome.
Come on.
Oh. Because our offer got accepted on renting a house.
We're moving in together.
Yay! No, that sounded really sarcastic. I promise it wasn't.
You that petrified to be stuck with me. Especially after reading my latest book.
Yeah. That was terrifying. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're moving in together.
Wish me luck.
We got a beautiful, beautiful cottage with a nice garden and a little fireplace. And what did you say about the second bedroom, actually?
I'm not sure what I said about the second. They make a really lovely writing studio.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
You said it would be the perfect place for a little baby.
That doesn't mean like we're going to kidnap one or something.
No, we're gonna make one, aren't we?
We're going to make one, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make a him and a me together. What do you think it would be like?
I don't know, but it sounds like you just announced to the world that... Is this going to go on YouTube? Most likely.
Yes.
Probably, yeah. Yes, we have sex to make babies.
Ta-da!
Jade's very good at it.
Thanks! Oh, what a compliment!